and a very warm welcome to our coverage of the Maserati Trofeo World Series. It's round 3 of the 2015 season from Road America. 2 races here after Paul Ricard and the Red Bull Ring. We're in the United States, more precisely in Wisconsin. The Americans at home. Derek Hill is on pole position. He's the son of the 1961 F1 World Champion Phil Hill.
It just handles beautifully. The brakes are great. It's just a lot of fun. So it's inspiring. It's inspiring to go as quickly as you can. And I think that we're all in the same car. You know, we all know that we're just going to have a good race ahead of us.
So I've got a cool suit here to maybe help keep me a little bit cooler and fresh for the race. But I'm excited. It's an all-American front row with me and Derek Hill, which is kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to a good battle. I know he's a good driver, and we'll have a clean race.
So Derek Hill and Nick Mancuso on the front row of the grid. Derek Hill is a guest driver here, so he will not be scoring points in terms of the championship. A championship led by Romain Monty, who's won the last 3 races. The second race at Paul Ricard and the 2 at Red Bull Ring. Derek Hill in the black car on pole position. Fabulous circuit here at Road America. Next up it's Virginia, then it's Suzuka. The season closes at Abu Dhabi. We're reaching the half-season point once race 2 is done and dusted here. The rolling start, and Derek Hill holding on to his first place that he won in qualifying and pulling away from Mancuso. I think Jeffrey Courtney is already up to 3rd, while Monty, the championship leader, is struggling in these opening stages. Monty carrying some extra ballast because of his success, of course. This is Monty, we're on board with him, and he's only 5th here. You can see the track layout in front of him here. Nick Mancuso in the 46. And he's chasing Derek Hill. Derek Hill looking comfortable. Derek Hill, 40 years old, and as I mentioned earlier, comes from an illustrious motorsports family. A son of Phil Hill, the 1961 Formula One World Champion. A lap time of just over 2:16 was enough for Derek Hill to get pole position. You can see now that the front 5 are starting to pull away from the rest. The gap's being put in. Oh, and there's the 15 going off. It's Richard Denny into the gravel trap and into the tyre wall. The end of the first lap, and it's Hill from Mancuso, from Courtney, Ragazzi and Monty. The big pit lane straight. It's no shake-up in the standings. Let's have another look at how Richard Denny went off. The Australian trying to chase Mauro Trentini in the 14 into the tyre wall, able to get going again though. Denny losing about 10 spots there. Jeffrey Courtney and Ragazzi goes through past Courtney. Hill, Mancuso, Ragazzi, Courtney and Monty was Ziegler, the number 5. Well, Courtney is still right up behind Ragazzi there. The top 2 making the most of this battle for third to put in some decent gaps now. Monty's got 50 kilos extra, and that's really hampering him now. 50 kilos for first place, 30 for second, 10 for third. An inverted starting grid for race 2 for the 10 leading positions, of course. Riccardo Ragazzi shaping up to be the biggest title rival to Romain Monty. 3 Americans in the top 4 at the moment, with Hill, Mancuso the top 2, and Courtney in 4th. They know this circuit off by heart. On board with the 31, Romain Monty. 5th position for now. Difficult for Romain Monty to chase anyone down with that ballast. And Trentin is starting to close up on Monty himself now. The challenge for Monty is to hold on to 5th. Excellent weather conditions here, nice and warm, without being extreme heat. Oh, there's a crash here. It's Alessandro Fogliani. The 9th lap of race 1 at Road America in the Maserati Trofeo World Series. And the 77 has gone off. The yellow flags are out. We're going to have the safety car.
So heavy contact for...
A lot of damage to Alessandro Fogliani's car. And of course that will close everything up now. The gaps that had been put in will be totally erased. The cars will group together behind the safety car as Fogliani's car is cleared from the track. We're on board now with Giuseppe Fascicolo. Car's going to be removed there. We can't wait for the restart. And away we go again. The last 7 minutes of race 1 at Road America in the Maserati Trofeo World Series. And it's Derek Hill leading the way from Nick Mancuso. Has got past Ragazzi for 3rd there, so Americans 1, 2, 3 on board with Fascicolo this restart. Big sweeping curves here at Road America, a lovely circuit. Well, Hill has been leading from the start. Mancuso in second, Courtney in third. Oh, and Guy Cosmo has overtaken Monty now for fifth.
Now through turn 7, 3 downs. Mancuso right on the back bumper of Derek Hill.
Cosmo, another American. Ragazzi, the runner-up in the championship last year behind Mauro Calamia, looking to go one better this time around. Ragazzi with a win in the first round at Paul Ricard. Monty picking up the points since then. Never been a French victor in the Maserati Trofeo World Series. Romain Monty looking to change all of that. Only a couple of laps left now in race 1 at Road America, and it's still Hill leading from Mancuso, then Courtney. Curti leading a secondary group there. Andreas Segler in the number 5. Monty being challenged by Mauro Trentin. Monty now 6th, carrying that 50 kilos of ballast. And Monty will get rid of that 50 kilos for race 2, and he'll start from 5th or 6th on the grid because we invert the top 10 finishers for race 2. Good battle for 4th between Riccardo Ragazzi and Guy Cosmo. And I guess that Cosmo is American from that car, the USA car at Road America. Back on board then with Monty. Can he hold off Trentin and retain 6th position? Pit lane straight, and Monty holding 6th. Trentin can't be far behind though. And the Italian nudge his way past the Frenchman. Oh, Trentin attacks, but Trentin goes off. Trentin trying his all, managing to get himself back onto the track, but at the expense of a few positions. He's barely moving now, is Trentin. You can't fault his attacking philosophy. Well, he's rather forced Fasicolo off the track there, has Trentin. This is how it happened. Trentin just kept going. A bit of rock and roll as he came back onto the track, and Fasicolo had nowhere to go. Approaching the checkered flag, Derek Hill leading from start to finish here from Nick Mancuso. Let's have another look at Fasicolo going onto the grass. He won't be at all happy with Trentin. Derek Hill won't score points in the championship here, as Ragazzi continues to hold off Guy Cosmo. That's for fourth. Monty on his own in sixth. The championship leader is going to score some points here. He'll pick up 10 points in total for that position, with Hill not scoring. The points victory will go to Mancuso, but the race win will go to Derek Hill. Derek Hill the winner, Nick Mancuso second, Jeffrey Courtney in third, then Riccardo Ragazzi, Guy Cosmo and Roman Monty.
I can't believe how well it's turned out so far. I have been out of racing for a while in modern day cars, but I realize now that just staying in the racing actually a historic Maserati has kept my skills sharp, because to get into the Trofeo car just felt really good, and with the slick tires and these excellent brakes and the shifting with the paddles, everything works perfectly just as you'd want to. And this is one of my favorite circuits of all time, and there's a lot of history here. My dad won the first race here at this track, and so I think of him a lot when I come here. And so, Elkhart Lake means a lot to me, and to be here with the Maserati and Auto Week car, it's fantastic. I loved it. I'm so glad we get another race tomorrow, but it's going to be a lot more challenging because I have to start 10th with quite a bit of weight, I understand, added to the car. So anyhow, I'm glad we got it done today. And, I kept looking in my mirrors for Nick, because I knew this is his home track and he was going to keep the pace quick, and he did, and I'm just glad I could get a little bit of a gap and keep it there. So anyway, I'm ecstatic. I'm still taking it in. It's been a while since I've been on the top of the podium.
So Road America is my home track, my favorite track in the world, certainly in North America. And to drive one of these Gran Turismo Trofeo cars around here is just an absolute blast. Big thanks to Four Seasons Heating and Cooling, who put me in the car this weekend. Hats off to Derek. I mean, he kept the pace real fast. I was hoping to make it really interesting on the restart and put a little pressure on him, but we were just running kind of like qualifying laps the whole race. So just a ton of fun, fast pace, flat out the whole time. That's how racing should be, and can't have a bad day if you're in a Maserati at Road America. Fast track, fast car, good time.
The Maserati Trofeo World Series from Road America, Race 2, a reverse grid from the top 10 of Race 1. So Richard Denny and Adrian Delina on the front row.
To start from. I really do want to make the most of this opportunity. So, of course, you always have to finish a race. So that's the first priority. But I would like to be up near the front and retain the position if I can. So I'm going to be trying pretty hard.
The first corner is going to be tricky since the outside is quite dirty, but I think we can get a good start. And I worked on my driving, learning from the Americans who are a lot faster than us on this track. And yeah, I hope we can do a good race today.
It's an ultra-quick circuit, and yeah, the Americans do have a big advantage over the others here. They know this track by heart. Romain Monty on the third row of the grid. You can see him there with the white car on the right-hand side. The championship leader, the Frenchman Romain Monty. And we're on board with Romain Monty, who's flying through already up to third place in the 31. An outstanding start by the championship leader. Is Monty going to be going for the win here? You have to think so. He'll be a strong favourite. No more ballast. Monty's the man we're interested in here. Denny and Delina, the front two, but you sense it won't be long before Monty works his way to the front of this field. Monty up to second now. Richard Denny is down to fourth after only a few corners. For all his good intentions, he knew that they were going to come on strong behind him. Riccardo Ragazzi, the 29 there. Fourth in the first race and running fifth in race 2 behind Richard Denny. But we're interested now in Romain Monty trying to force his way past Adrian Delina to claim the race lead. Having lost that extra weight, Monty is flying. This is a pity for Alessandro Pro. The end of the first lap, Delina, who started second on the grid, the race leader, but for how long? As Monty's already climbed from fifth. He's all over the rearview mirrors of Adrian Delina. Looks like he's well in the mood to rob Denny of fourth anytime now. Derek Hill's much further back. The race 1 winner clearly struggling with that 50 kilos now on board. Well, it's Patrick Byrne who's taken over that Stars and Stripes car from Guy Cosmo for race 2. Wonderful cars. 1,400 kilos minimum, V8 engines. 488 horsepower. This 6-round championship that spans the globe. Paul Ricard, Red Bull Ring, Road America, Virginia, Suzuka and Abu Dhabi. After this, race 2 will be at the halfway point of the season. Delena and Monty, the battle for first. This is where Monty's going to try to get into the slipstream on the pit straight, mounting his challenge. Monty waiting for the right moment to attack. Monty to the inside. Can Monty make this move stick, or can Delena close the door? Oh, I thought Monty might just have been able to squeeze his way through, but Delena does just enough to hold, but it's going to be a long old race for him, with Monty all over the back of him. Monty clearly the quicker man here. He's got to make sure that he doesn't do anything rash, anything that could force him off the track and potentially out of the race, damaging his championship hopes. That's the overriding ambition, is to score the big points to make sure that he becomes the first French champion in the Maserati Trofeo World Series. Previous champions Pietro Zumeli and David Baldi of Italy, Renaud Coppens twice for Belgium and Mauro Calamia for Switzerland. Undulating circuit here with quick corners. Just a pity that it's not a little bit wider to allow more overtaking. Eighteen cars took the start. Monty still biding his time. Back to the pit lane straight. This is his best opportunity to go through. Here he goes again. Romain Monty to the inside. And Monty this time does claim the race lead. And Ragazzi has gone past Curti into third. They're the two main protagonists when it comes to the championship, Monty and Ragazzi. Let's have another look at how Romain Monty got his way past Adrien Delena. Well, this is Alessandro Pro coming into the pits. Monty now a few car lengths clear of Delena. Clearly the quickest man at Road America in race 2. Derek Hill struggling to make any progress at all. He started 10th on the grid and carrying the 50 kilos following his race 1 win. 1:28. And Derek Hill past Patrick Byrne. Hill against driver here, and as I mentioned in race 1, that meant that Nick Mancuso took the 20 points in race 1. Oh, this is Courtney on Byrne. Courtney in the 99, Byrne in the 17. Oh, there was a coming together here, and Byrne has gone off. Byrne into the spin. Let's have another look at how this happened. Well, Byrne was weaving. Oh, he went off all on his own. There wasn't a collision there. And Mancuso still involved in his quest to try and get up the standings a bit. Well, no, Byrne is being towed away. That's a retirement for the number 17. Lino Curti is well placed in this one. Richard Denny has done well to hold position after losing several off the start over the first few corners. Oh, it's Derek Hill who is stopped on the track. The winner of race 1 looks like he's retired from race 2. Mechanical failure for Derek Hill as Monty climbs the long pit lane straight. Monty comfortably leading this one. A real shame for Derek Hill, unable to follow up on his race 1 victory with a decent performance in race 2. He was utterly dominant in that first race. Andreas Segler in the number 5, Alessandro Iazzetti putting him under pressure. This is towards the end of the top 10. And now the challenge for Adrian Delina is to hold off Riccardo Ragazzi. Who scored 12 points in race 1. He picked up some over Romain Monty. Well, Ragazzi, much like Monty before him, is ready to go past Elena. A similar point on the track as he goes to the inside. And it's very easy for Riccardo Ragazzi, who now has only Romain Monty, his championship rival, in front of him. Has Ragazzi got the pace to close on Monty? Oh, a spin for Richard Denny in the 15. He started on pole. Oh, he was doing well inside the top 10, having settled into his race, but that has cost him a number of positions now. Now Lino Curti is the next to attack Adrian Delina. Curti looking to take third. Mancuso's right behind him too. Delina, the former race leader, is sliding down the standings now. Curti finding enough space, and Mancuso's going to follow him through here, I fancy. Let's see when they come into the next braking zone whether Mancuso is through or not. Curti is through, that's for sure. Mancuso trying to deprive Delena of track space, and Mancuso goes through too. There was a slight coming together between them. Mancuso competing at home here. He loves this track. And he's fourth now, having taken second in race 1. Delena now fifth. Well, Nick Mancuso will want another podium finish here. Won't be possible for him to chase down Ragazzi or Monty, but Lino Curti is very much in his sights. Adrian Delena falling off the back here now. And it's Jeffrey Courtney who is in 6th position at the moment. Will he have enough time to catch Adrian Delena? Into the last 7 minutes of racing in race 2 at Road America. Curti and Mancuso, 3rd and 4th. Mancuso carrying 30 kilos of ballast after his 2nd place finish in race 1. No ballast for Lino Curti, who was 7th in the first race. Nick Mancuso trying to slip down the inside, but Curti shuts the door. Mancuso with a busy weekend here. He also competed in the Pirelli World Challenge, driving a Maserati Gran Turismo MC GTS. Will we see Mancuso on the podium again? We can't see Roman Monty anymore. He must be well clear of Ragazzi and heading for another win, which will extend his championship lead. Ragazzi not pulling away from Curti and Mancuso despite their private battle. Ragazzi won't feel under threat though just yet. Still a sizable advantage over Curti and Mancuso. Nick Mancuso also took the point available for pole position for the first race. Mancuso will be the highest point scorer this weekend, but will he finish third or fourth in this race too at Road America? Back to Romain Monty. We haven't seen him for a while. Monty about 10 seconds clear of the rest now. Romain Monty has driven a perfect race here. He was fifth on the starting grid, quickly worked his way up to second, and then bided his time before overtaking Adrien Delina. And since then, he has been in a class of his own, the Frenchman. The last lap for Romain Monty, the race leader at Road America. On target for his fourth maximum haul of the season, his third win outright. Mancuso has got past Curti for third. Late drama here as Curti tries to reclaim that podium position. Curti forced to concede second best to Nick Mancuso, but he has the bit between his teeth, and look how hard he is pressing the American. Looks like it's time for this race to finish for Ragazzi. Maybe he's put a bit too much wear into his tyres because he is treading water out there. Don't think Mancuso will have enough time to overtake Ragazzi, but Ragazzi going wide. The puff of dust off the grass. Ragazzi knows that in terms of the championship, he must hold this second. Ragazzi has reason to be worried now, though, with Mancuso right behind him. Mancuso sniffing the opportunity here. The closing portion of this second race at Road America. And Nick Mancuso, who started 9th on the grid, is now challenging for second. He's practically shunting Riccardo Ragazzi. Lino Curti using that battle to close up. This is second, third and fourth, covered by a handkerchief. Ragazzi, Mancuso and Curti as Romain Monty takes the checkered flag. A win for the Frenchman, extending his lead in the championship standings. Ragazzi needs to hold second, and he does from Mancuso and Curti. The gap between the top two, Monty and Ragazzi, now 23 points, 86 to Monty, 63 to Ragazzi. Monty has picked up a point this weekend.
From France. We'd also like to congratulate.
It was a good race today because yesterday it was very difficult because I had some ballast in the car due to my victory in Austria in Red Bull Ring. So I had done the pace to fight with the guys in front of me, and now because I finished sixth yesterday, I didn't have it for this race. So I took a good start in the fifth position, I was P3 after the first corner, and then I managed to overtake the two guys in front of me, and then it was a very, very, very long race. Each lap I was looking for the white flag. It never came, and so yeah, it was a good race for me.
Happy, I started from P7, finished P2. In the first corner I touched with Segler and he broke on my steering wheel, and I did all the race with the steering left side, and on the right corner was impossible to turn. I stopped the car and restart from 0 kilometer. I'm happy, second position. We will see for the championship to follow the other guy.
North American Best Driver and third place award, Roberto Bossi, the Maserati Motorsport Managing Director, to Nick Mancuso.
Second race of the day, we ran the first race in Pirelli World Challenge with the GTS car, which was very, very successful again. We were forced to start from the back in 22nd, and we made it up all the way to P5. Then I literally ran from that car, chugged a bottle of water while I was running, hopped in the Trofeo car, and we went. And because of the reward inversion, I started P9. So I had a good battle. I was saving my tires for a lot of the race. I was really prepared for the end of the race, and it seemed like some of the other cars were kind of sliding around a bit more. So one more lap, I think I would have been P2. 4 or 5 more laps, who knows? But hats off to those guys. I don't want to interfere with their championship. I know they're battling for the lead, so I figured another podium is good enough. So big thank you to Maserati, of course. A big thank you to Four Seasons Heating and Cooling, Lake Forest Hearing. I had a blast. What can I say? I'd love to come back.
Well, thanks for watching the Maserati Trofeo from Road America. The series returns in late August at Virginia Raceway. See you then. Bye for now.